Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Jimmy Fallon has a backbone, says why he refuses to trash Trump despite taking ratings hit. America's comedy shows, especially late-night talk shows, have turned into little more than platforms for political commentary, most of it consisting of coarse and deeply disrespectful jokes about Republican President Donald Trump. However, there has been one notable exception among these comedy show hosts, and that is Jimmy Fallon of The Tonight Show. Despite suffering a dip in his ratings, Fallon has stuck to his guns and not jumped on the anti-Trump bandwagon to juice up his ratings with cheap, ugly laughs. Asked Willie Guest of Fallon in a recent interview, "Have there been people that have come to you and said, 'This is working for other people, maybe we should step into the anti-Trump lane and get in on it?' Jimmy replied, 'It's just not what I do. I think it would be weird for me to start doing it now. I don't really care about politics, I gotta be honest. I love pop culture more than I love politics. I'm just not that brain.'" Kimmel said he is not averse to make jokes about sitting presidents. He explained, "I've always made jokes about the president. We've only had Obama on, but I've made thousands of jokes. I remember having him on the show and I was like, sorry, that's my job, I have to do what I have to do." However, he continued, "But with Trump, it's just like, every day is a new thing. He gives a lot of material, a lot of stuff is hard to make a joke about. It's just too serious." Fans have taken to Twitter to make their appreciation known for Fallon taking the high road and not trying to generate cheap laughs from politics. Said one user, "I saw where Jimmy Fallon is defending decision to not turn his show into an anti-Trump show. If true, let's support him and raise his ratings." Added another, "Thank you, Jimmy. We need our oasis from the #Trump storm. Keep on doing what you're doing. Please." Are you glad Fallon defended his decision not to turn his show into a non-stop critique of Trump? Don Lemon panel accuses Trump supporters of snorting crack and making a deal with the devil. CNN is sinking lower and lower with their attacks against President Trump. On Don Lemon's show, he accused President Trump's supporters of snorting political crack and making a deal with the devil. "Look, I was going to say thank God that the president addressed this, Don, because I know that this is what keeps every single American up at night. This is a huge problem in the country. So I'm glad the president is focusing on it. I'm being facetious," said CNN contributor Maria Cardona. "Political crack to his base. Why do you say that?" asked Don Lemon. "Yes. It is absolutely political crack to his base," responded Cardona. "Because, to Margaret's point, the audience that he was speaking to today eats it up. And what is so ironic about the words that have been used today is they're absolutely right. It is a moral compromise. I would go even further. These Christian values voters have made a deal with the devil," she said. This is a president who during the campaign said he has never even asked God for forgiveness and didn't even know what that little white wafer thing is, and so this is also a group, and this is what I think makes him going to speak to this group, kind of historic and not in a good way, said Cardona. Steve Bannon just declared war on establishment GOPs, except for one person. Current Breitbart editor and former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon recently made an appearance at the Conservative Value Voters Summit, along with fellow former Trump advisor Sebastian Gorka. Bannon gave a stirring speech about the need to overthrow the establishment faction in the Republican Party that is resisting Trump's agenda, saying, "Now the AP story today talks about Bannon enlists the value voters in his war against the Republican strategist. This is not my war, this is our war, and y'all didn't start it, the establishment started it. But I will tell you one thing, you all are going to finish it. He went on, in Alabama, you folks were able to turn the tables. You took Mitch McConnell's money and you took it from his biggest asset to his biggest liability. The more money they spend, the fewer votes they get. Yeah, Mitch, the donors are not happy, they've all left you. We've cut your oxygen off, Mitch. Money is not courageous, but money is smart. Bannon clarified and expanded on his comments during an interview with Hannity, and mentioned who was the one exception to his war on the Republican establishment. I'm going after the Republican establishment. And we're gonna go after them. He added, there's a coalition that's coming together that's gonna challenge every Republican incumbent except for Ted Cruz. Bannon went on, nobody's safe. We're coming after all of them. And we're going to win. When asked why Senator Cruz was exempt, Bannon replied that Cruz is a good man but did not elaborate further. Do you think Cruz should be exempted? Rush just gave Harvey Weinstein a hilarious piece of advice. Hillary will hate it. Hillary Clinton, who always trumpets the fact that she is a feminist, has gotten heat recently for the fact that she was friends with Harvey Weinstein, who was well known for decades as someone who committed sexual assault on countless vulnerable women. On his show, Limbaugh ranted in hilarious fashion about how Weinstein should think about hiring his pal Hillary as his crisis manager. Said Rush, if you're Harvey Weinstein or any other man under siege the way he is, you don't need to go out and hire the highest reputed crisis PR company. You need to go hire the CEO of Bimbo Eruptions. He continued, the CEO of Bimbo Eruptions could be of great service to Hollywood's casting couch movers and shakers. Hillary Clinton is the expert in dealing with this. Hillary Clinton is incomparable. There is nobody that knows how to best destroy women who come forward with these allegations than Hillary Clinton. If you're Harvey Weinstein and you want this to go away, you need to hire the woman who made it go away for the President of the United States, who made it go away for the entire Democrat Party. You need to hire the CEO of Bimbo Eruptions, and that is Hillary Clinton. There is nobody better. Added Rush, on a roll, Harvey and his ilk should not skimp. Hillary has led the most successful war on women ever. She saved her husband's name. She saved her husband's governorship and presidency and the Democrat Party. You think Harvey Weinstein was a bully? You haven't seen anything until you are a woman who claimed that Bill Clinton made a move on her and Hillary Clinton got involved. Hillary Clinton is the original Bimbo Eruptions bully. He concluded, and as the most cheated on woman in America, you couldn't do better in hiring somebody who knows exactly how you need it blamed on a vast right-wing conspiracy. You need it blamed on the conservative players of Hollywood or somehow for setting Harvey up. Hillary Clinton is the woman to do it. If there's anybody who knows how to get rid of female attackers, women claiming that your husband sexually molested or abused them, it's Hillary Clinton. You don't need crisis PR. You need Hillary Clinton. And nobody refuted it. Maybe it's so damn right on that the best thing they could do was just ignore it. Do you think Rush is right? British journalist just slammed Hillary to her face when she tried to blame her loss on Russia. Two-time failed presidential also ran Hillary Clinton cannot seem to stay out of the limelight. Following the period of her November 2016 defeat when she took long walks in the woods and, by her own admission, drank large amounts of wine, she sat down to write a book called What Happened, where she tried to understand how Americans could have possibly voted against her. Now she is on a prolonged book tour promoting the book, and has been interviewed by countless interviewers in puff pieces. However, a British journalist named Matt Fry just gave her an unexpected challenge by calling her out to her face about how she keeps blaming everyone except herself for her election failure. Stated Fry to Hillary, your dynastic appeal, or perhaps it was the opposite, the fact that you were called Clinton, the fact that you were First Lady basically trumped any novelty, if you forgive the term, of being the first female president of the United States. People looked at your name and your legacy more than they looked at your gender. She answered by blaming others, saying, There were things I must have been able to do differently in order to have won. But at the end, there was this really perfect storm, and so you had the Comey letter and you had the enormous impact of the Russian theft of emails, the release of them by WikiLeaks, basically now a part of the Russian intelligence apparatus, and the weaponization of that. These were all new phenomena. Matt then hit her directly, commenting, "So you're still blaming others more than yourself?" She then completely lied, saying, "No, I take ultimate responsibility, I don't blame others, but I think it's important that people understand what happened. It's easy to say, well, you know she wasn't a good candidate. Then why did it lead all the way to the end? Why did I get nominated overwhelmingly?" Fry then struck back once again, stating, "Did people lie at the polls? Are you glad this British reporter called Hillary out like this?